Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Words I Choose to Live By. That's right, we're back. It is December the 1st, and Tina Siemens and I are back with you guys today. I want to welcome you guys who are joining us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on X. Going to bring in our friends over on IG. So they can be a part of our conversation. Last but certainly not least, going to connect with our friends over on Amazon Live. Tina and I are back with a great message, which is so
Absolutely.
appropriate that it's December the 1st. We're kicking off a brand new month with something that we hope will be inspirational for you. And we're now live on Amazon Live with Words I Choose to Live By. If you guys are new to us on Amazon, welcome. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button either here in this corner or down below. You also will see my book, Words I Choose to Live By, there. You also will see Tina's books as well, including her newest book, Post Oak, which was chosen by Conversations as one of our top books of this year. So make sure you guys do add it to your reading list. But Tina, my friend, welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me. What an honor. Yes, like you said, we are at the start of the last month of the year. So
Yeah.
we've got lots to look forward to.
We do. So, Tina, before we get started, we've been gone from this show for a while. Our Amazon audience have seen me interview you, but I want to ask you. We were just talking about about this past week, but what has this year been like for you to reflect on going into December?
There have been a lot of highlights in this year, and every year has its own traditional things that happen every year. But this year has been an amazing year with new things that I hadn't done before. And so for me, it's been an amazing year, and it'll be great to take the rest of the month to just reflect on the many wonderful things that we've been able to add and do. So it's been an amazing year.
Yeah, I feel the same way, Tina. I'm not very good at at
At re-
adjusting and reflecting. I'm work seriously. I'm literally planning that for
yeah.
2026. So I'm more intentional. But
Mm.
I am so excited. I've been very excited about this year. It's been a big year for myself as well. Hello to you, Greg. Good to see you over there on IG. And it's hard to believe I'm about to say it is week number 49, which is insane.
It
Week
is.
number 49 of 2025. So the message for today, Tina, is a really powerful one for myself. The
Mm.
best is yet to come. The
Yes.
best of who you are is yet to come. Never give up on you. And
Uh,
I intentionally, Tina, wrote the best is yet to come as the title, but
uh-huh.
mentioned in the message the best of you is yet to come for
Mm.
myself and for the audience. Because I think a lot of times we don't think about greater things still happening for us. We think about it can
Exactly.
happen for other people.
Mhm.
And as someone who has dealt with imposter syndrome, as someone who's dealt with, feelings of feeling unworthy and less than, I
Mhm.
have to remind myself that great things can still happen for me. The best is still to come for
Yeah.
myself. So I'm curious, Tina, for yourself, how does this message speak to you? The importance of reminding yourself that the best for you is yet to come.
Well, I loved what you wrote for the Mondays edition is your time here is not about how you started, but how strong you finished the race before you. It
Mm,
is so often we think, okay, that start wasn't strong or I didn't achieve what I was hoping to yesterday. But
mhm,
if we do not give up on ourselves, today is a brand new day and we can start all over again.
mhm.
So the start does not dictate how we are going to finish because the finish is something that we anticipate and think about, pray for, prepare for to make it a strong ending of the race. So I was reminded of my mom's tombstone. For I
Mm,
have run the race, I have fought the good fight, I've won the race, and it's not just for those who are have done it in the past, but it's for every individual
mm.
going through life today. Doesn't matter how you start, but how you finish will be the determining factor.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tina, because I think a lot of times, I mean, I think about my start, I laugh at myself sometimes because I think to myself how I started
Yeah.
and how it was. I mean, I was literally stapling books together, selling them.
Wow.
That was my start when it comes to
Mhm.
writing a book. I
Yeah.
didn't know anything about. I didn't know what how Amazon worked.
Hmm.
I thought I had to have a book deal to be able to have a professional looking book. But
Yeah.
I remember saying, you know what? But I can go to Office Depot
Yeah.
and staple this book together and
Exactly.
have it. And I was so proud of that book, Tina.
Exactly.
I was so proud because I did it,
Hmm.
and what it's funny. And as I think about that, it really shows the God part of it. No
Yeah.
one ever said to me, "That's not a real book."
Mm.
No,
Yeah.
they wanted the information, they wanted the poetry, they wanted the stories,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they bought them. And
Exactly.
so a lot of times we'll look at that and say, "Well, I can't do that because it doesn't look like
Mhm.
this."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just to start, it goes to what you were just saying about the start. But I do want to ask you a follow-up question to that for our audience, Tina. Has that been easy for you to give yourself that grace of it doesn't have to be perfect in the beginning?
That is a learning curve.
Hmm.
I would have never in my mind
Hmm.
when I first started with what I am now involved with,
Hmm.
it just seemed like I know Dr. Belma always says to have another book on the same topic, there's hundreds out there.
Yeah.
But when God chooses one, when God chooses you or me, there is a purpose for that time and space
Hmm.
that only I can fulfill. And so for me, it's been a learning curve. I have learned to accept and be proud of what I've been able to accomplish. But then I think of that turtle on the fence post
Hmm.
that did not get there on its own. That turtle had help get being put on that fence post. So
Yeah.
for me, yes, so many great things have happened, but it's because of people that came alongside me,
Hmm.
people that supported me. That is why I am here today, and that I am truly grateful for and proud of.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Nico, too good. Hello to you over there on IG. Good to be able to see you as well. The second part of today's message, Tina, is this: never give up on you. And I think this is such a
Mhm.
great reminder for myself, great reminder for Tina, and hopefully for your audience as well, because it's so appropriate we're having this message on December 1st.
Yeah.
Because a lot of I've seen people talk about online, Tina, that just throw this year away. It hasn't been the year
Mhm.
they wanted. So much has happened that was not in the plans in a negative sense. And they just kind of have thrown in the towel. This
Mhm.
message to me reminds me of no matter if I have a bad day. Hello to you, MB. Good to be able to see you over there on Facebook. Even if I have a bad day, it doesn't mean that that's the end. Even if
Mhm.
one thing doesn't work, because I've done things that have not worked before in my
Yes.
career, it doesn't mean that something won't work. What about for
Mhm.
yourself, Tina? How important has it been for you to make sure that you never give up on yourself?
Well, it's like the bag of apples that I'd purchased. I'd laid it on the countertop and I was going to make that fruit salad, and I saw a rotten apple in it. Would
Mm,
I now throw the whole bag of apples away?
mm,
Even from the one that had the soft spot, I could
yeah,
still get something good out of that apple. And
yeah,
so, as you were saying, some people say, this year I just want to throw it away. There is something good in everyone's year. And
yeah.
every person has something that is salvageable. And
Hmm.
so for us to look at that bag of apples and say, no, there's a rotten apple in there, I don't even want to open it, we I would have forgone my capability of making that salad right at that moment had I let that one rotten apple or that one rotten spot on one apple determine whether I had the rest of the apples to work with. And so I think for us, it's salvaging what we have. If we've had a rough start, cut that rough start out and let's start again, because there is always something to be salvaged and to use, because that is what we have at the moment. And so I think that is a powerful thing that each one of us can take away. We do with what we have and work with that.
Such a great point. Hello to you. Hey, Jennifer Griffith over there on IG. Good to see you. Brian Underwood. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well with you, Brian, over there on IG as well. Jane Tucker Bond. Hello to you over there on Facebook. Glad you could join us as well. So again, today's message is an important one as we're beginning a brand new month, December the 1st. The end of the year is in sight, but we're not there yet. So there is still time, as you just heard Tina say. So today's message is the best is yet to come. And just remember that the best of you, of who you are, is yet to come. So it's not any time to give up. MP says always something to be grateful for. That is so true. And I totally agree with that. Tina, what about for you? What would you say to our audience about the importance of not giving up on themselves as we are beginning this new month?
Well, never giving up has been a slogan that has spoken to me for years, and the powers in those words. You can't make the choice for me. Nobody can make that choice but myself. Is not to give up. I can be encouraged or I can be discouraged, depending on how we look at life. But my husband called me just before the show, and I said, life is sometimes hard. It is, whether I look at the cup halfway full or halfway empty, it's a choice, it's an attitude. And so for us to look at, I will not give up, it's a predetermined idea or predetermined decision that I'm making today, that I will not give up. And if we don't, then we have hope for the future.
Exactly. In fact, Tina has it as her subtitle in her book. I want to show people some people never give up. So that is the thing.
Amen.
Even those other people do. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is about making that decision, Tina, as you just said, which is so
Mhm.
great. Again, everyone, this has been today's message for Word That Choose to Live By. We are back with you guys through the rest of this year. So hope you guys will join us here on Mondays for your weekly motivation to help kickstart your week. You can get my book here on Amazon. Tina, let our audience know, how can they stay connected with you?
I would love to hear from you, and just encourage you. Don't give up. December is a hard month because there's so many activities,
Mhm.
but put one foot in front of the other and get those check mark lists checked off. And you can stay connected with me on any social media platform. I'm working on a website that I can just gear you toward one space, but right now you can look me up on any other social media platforms, and looking forward to hearing from you.
All right, Tina, as always, appreciated. And we definitely thank all of you for joining us for another great segment of Words I Choose to Live By. Until next week, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.